Do you know
Okay.
what I can visit?
They're good. Testing, testing, everyone.
Yeah,
Testing.
can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Perfect.
Bring it closer. Is that better?
Yeah, that's better. Welcome, welcome. Well, we'll count this as our first show because the last one was a tester. Siobhan, are you there? Oh,
I am here, except that I don't know. I need to. Yeah, there's two things going on here, so hang on a second.
okay.
Oh, I
No
can't
worries.
have it on my. I have to. I'm sorry. Just give me 2 seconds. I want to put the live. Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah.
See, it's all delayed. Hang on. Just.
Mm.
Oh God, it's the same thing that's after happening again now.
Ah!
I
Is it
need to get
with
out of
the
YouTube
YouTube
on my
channel?
laptop. That's what it is.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, now can you hear me? Yeah. Is that better? Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Yeah. Okay. This is the meme for 2021. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Or
Can you hear me?
2020? Jesus. Okay, now now I'm looking for I just want to get the channel up so people is this us now? Oh, it is. Okay. Oh, now. I'm sorry people. I'm literally learning and fumbling as we're going along, but now I have no chat. How do I do that? No, there's no chat there. There's something gone on funny. I don't know what I'm supposed to do with that. Oh god damn.
Third is not that easy, so I gave up on my first concert yesterday.
Oh, we'll have to do that again. And happy birthday too.
Thank you. Thank
It's
you.
your birthday.
Yesterday, yeah.
Yesterday.
Happy birthday.
Okay, I'm recording this now. Okay, but the other thing is guys, we don't have our live chat and I don't know how to do that. Um
That happened last time we were doing.
yeah, and it came on, but unless now I'm on the wrong one on YouTube. Let me just stop that for a second.
Well, it's okay. If we're recording it, we can always put it on YouTube after.
Well, we are on YouTube now, but we don't have the live chat going. Is the
Mm.
problem. Oh man. Um and that's what it's all about, is the live chat. Justin, are you there? He said something earlier on Marie's Miraculous Mondays about getting the live chat. This is just, I can't believe this is happening now. Oh my God. It's hard to hear you, Angelica.
Can you hear me now?
Okay.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, it's not as loud as us, I think.
I think I have to bring my daughter in this. Hold on.
Okay, so the chat's not
It's the
working.
live
What
chat. Yeah.
did you have to change last time? Because last time
I
the live
thought,
chat.
I know it just went on and all of its own, and I just why I don't understand why stop live stream. No, I don't want to do that. So it's not on. I think it might be on the
Should we just go off of it and then try to go back on? Maybe.
well, I don't know. I see in Marie's one earlier on too. She had both of them going. Okay, so on the one on my laptop, there's going to be an overlay here now. So hang, you see, I'm just talking to myself, so I can't. It's so annoying. I can't have. I don't know what to do here.
Hmm.
Um, well, I'll ring Justin. He's very calm. Sorry about this, people. If there's a few people listening. Oh, this is so fucking ridiculous. Hi, Justin. We're live on YouTube.
okay. It's our first time. We'll figure it out. It's first time for everything. It's okay. Angelica's just trying to figure out
Justin,
her.
I'm live on my first show on YouTube and I can't get the live chat going. What do I do?
Yeah, so if you go into
To the
YouTube studio, to the studio,
okay, YouTube Studio, which
yeah,
is
there.
wait a minute. Yes, I'm going into it now.
And then if you go to where it says go live, or the little live button
Wait, I'm
on
just
the right
waiting for it
side.
to come up now. Go live. I'm already live, but the thing is not going.
Yeah, right. So click on that.
Oh yeah,
where it's-
yeah. Here it is. Here.
And then if you click on the actual video, what you have to do is you'll find the setting that says, is this video for kids? And if you say no,
Oh wait, hold on. I have to click into the whole video. Is it? No. Oh yeah. Hang on. Here it is. Oh yeah. No, it's not for kids, is it?
yeah, so change that setting to say no, it's not for kids.
Okay, that should happen then, and then
Save
save.
that, and then
Phew!
turn the chat on.
Okay, can you tell me, guys, if the chat is on now?
Can you hear me better now? Can you guys hear me better now?
Not really, Angelica. You're still very far away. Oh, say something. So it must be going. Okay, I'm going to say hello here.
Yeah, I'm still not getting the chat.
Okay, hang on. I'm going to say hello, everyone. Did you get it? No?
Oh, wait, here we go.
From me?
Yep.
Oh, great. Okay, we're going. That's great. Thanks so much, Justin. Wow. Oh, live to the world. And we had to go for Angel Justin. There, we have people coming in now. Thanks a million, hon. Okay.
No problem.
Bye.
I'll tune in. Bye.
All right, bye. How Ricky Doodles is that? Okay, we should be fine now. Yes, great. Oh, great. Hi, Suze W. from Dublin. Wow, that's so great. Christopher, thanks for messaging Justin. Emma, yay, we got it. Phew. Oh.
Yay! Thank you,
Okay.
Justin.
I know. Okay. We can move on. We can motor on now. Alrighty.
How's your sound, Angelica?
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, it's just very low.
I don't know why the volume is all the way up here. So
Have you got a mic?
I do have a mic, but I would have to
Maybe headphones?
You think if I put headphones, you'll hear me better?
I don't know, but I mean, Sinead, you're just on your phone, aren't you? You're just speaking. Yeah, no, are you on your laptop or your computer, Angelica?
It's a laptop, yes.
Okay. Anyway, we'll just be quiet when you're speaking. Anyway, welcome, Angelica Ganea. My goodness, we finally here. Sorry for all the messing around, people. I feel terrible because I should have had this done, but you're so good to just stay with us because it's ridiculous. It should be, it should be smooth and.
Nothing is terrible. Don't worry about it.
You see, because everyone's so nice. That's what's going on. Anyway, people, thank you so much for being here with us. This is Sinead, and she's in Mexico, and you all know who she is. And this is our first show on Wiz Gnosis, and we're so delighted to be here. And we picked Angelica because I came across her beautiful book called Love is Light. Is that what it's called? Love is Light, Transmute Fear Into Love. And it's a children's story, and it's for the inner child in you. And it is just so stunning. So I'm going to just share the screen here. We're going to watch the first 17 minutes of it because Angelica has a book publishing deal. Is that right?
Almost, yes. Yeah, we're talking right now.
So we can't show the whole thing. So we'd encourage you to go out and buy it, hopefully. So it doesn't matter because you can,
Which is better to have the book anyways.
Not to go buy it, from my point of view. Go watch it. It's free on YouTube. So.
Yeah. But it's nice to kind of keep the
It's free on YouTube.
Yeah.
I think it has a twist at the end. and they said that it would be best if people are curious and they watch it.
Yeah. Okay, I'm just going to find it here on YouTube for you. Here we go. Alrighty, people. Enjoy, settle in and listen for 17 minutes, and then we'll talk about it afterwards with the author, Angelica Ganea.
Once upon a time, there was a beautiful kingdom ruled by a great king and his queen. They were very kind, and so they were dearly loved by all the people who lived in the kingdom. All seemed well. However, something was troubling the hearts of the people. From children to adults, everyone feared the celestial being who roamed amongst them since time began. He had been known by many names, such as the Boogeyman, Hombre del Saco, Butsaman, Sackman, and Baba Yaga, to only name a few. In this little kingdom, people called him Babao. Babao lived as an invisible creature outside the gaze of the people. He was the prince of his world, living in a dark and cold palace, surrounded by a powerful army led by his general Shadim. Babao was from a different realm entirely and could not cause physical harm, but the fear he stirred up inside everyone was crippling. And fear? Well, fear can make one do strange things. Every night, children hid under their covers, praying to fall asleep quickly. Even the parents, who themselves grew up troubled by Babao, had fears that made them testy and unreasonable at times. From the king himself to all the people in the land, everyone was greatly disturbed at even the sound of Babao's name. The king relentlessly reinforced his army in the hope that one day he would be able to strike at Babao once and for all. It will not be long before everyone will be free from the unspeakable fears this monster has brought upon us, the king said. Unfortunately, in spite of all of his efforts, Babao became darker and scarier, easily slipping out of everyone's reach with each passing day. One beautiful morning, in a small house at the edge of the kingdom, a baby named Katrina was born. Katrina was a lovely child, but there was something rather strange about her. She was born floating. Hoping to find out why this had happened, her mother and father called upon Urania, the wise elder of the village. The moment Urania laid eyes on Katrina, she gasped.
Are you kidding me with this talented, ridiculously talented woman?
Yes, you have to write more
Oh,
children.
whoa, what's going on here? Sorry, is that me? Whoa, hang on. Danielle Lowe came on after you. Sorry about that. God almighty tonight. Ah! Okay, I think we're back. Whew. I'm so sorry, guys.
Hear me now?
Yes, that's better.
Justin called me. That's why I was on the phone earlier. Wanted to teach me how to raise my volume.
Yeah, it's a little bit better. Anyway, Sinead, do you want to ask her some questions?
Yeah, well, I mean, first of all, the story is absolutely brilliant. It totally, for me at least, I resonate with it. It just speaks volumes what we're all going through as humanity, and fear is the one thing that keeps us all prisoner, and the ego, and children are the victim firsthand of what's going on, and just the gnosis in that story is just absolutely brilliant. I can't wait to read it often to my son because it's just so true of what love is. The answer, love is all that we need, and fear, it takes us away from that, the knowing. Cast thy net to the right. But what inspired you to write the story? Where did it Or did the
I almost feel bad to take credit for it because I just feel like it just came to me. I didn't think about it. I actually
that's awesome.
have another story, children's story in me. I never even thought I would ever write a children's story. It just came to me, and it was the result of basically an entire life of spiritual journey, and this story is the culmination of my personal experience when it comes to fear. Um,
Mhm.
I grew up in a very indoctrinating religion. I'm an Orthodox, and I would say all Orthodox priests are the same because they're not. But the one that I grew up, the one in my community where I grew up, was constantly talking about how vigilant we have to be of the devil, because the devil is always at our doorstep and he's there to get you. And I grew up with that constant fear. My parents, especially my father, was in tremendous fear of this creature and voiced it a lot as I was a child. On top of it, I grew up beside a funeral home. I must have seen the faces of thousands of dead strangers from my balcony. In Romania at the time, they would put them 95% of the time you can't see them. They would put them with the coffins open on the back of the pickup trucks, and people would walk slowly to the truck going to the cemetery. So I grew up in like, now that I think about it, I'm like, I mean, I know other people have it worse, but it was a constant fear from one direction or another. And the main fear was of the devil. I know it sounds ridiculous, but that's how fear manifested in my life in this very literal way. I got to a point where in my early 30s, I was having panic attacks, full blown panic attacks. Like they would last 2-3 days at a time. And the core of all that was the fear of the devil, and that people can do something, energetically and all these things. And um, so me writing this story, when I look back, I'm thinking, what the heck, what a journey, like to start from that point and get to a point where I tell people, no, we have to have compassion for him because he's here for a reason. He's not here for the reason the church or we learned as children. He's here for a reason, to give us a platform to exercise our free will. And free will would have it would be obsolete if what we had to choose from was only positives. Plus, it would make God look delirious, and he's not. Here, guys, I give you free will, but guess what? You can't choose. Okay.
That's such a brilliant point, Angelica. I only came across the word duality in the last, few years, and really, we can't know. I think it's a lot. It's the same for a lot of us waking up to the whole pedophilia and the children's plight through all of this truth. That I grew up a Catholic, and sorry, I think I'm smelling something burning. No, okay, sorry. Whew. I don't think I have anything on. Anyway, I'm going to say this first and then go in. Let the house burn down. No, yes, to the duality. If we didn't have it, we're never going to know. I mean, once I knew about that, the evil, the extent of the evil that exists, I just never ever had any idea that much evil existed. And I think from that point onwards, my faith in God just absolutely grew, because I thought there's nothing we can. I'm going to have to go. There's something burning. I just have to go. You keep talking for a second.
It's very easy for while you go check your stove.
Okay, we got it. The two of us got it.
Very easy to think that Love is Life, the story is about, basically the devil, and it wouldn't be wrong. But what does the devil represent, really? It's everything that we don't want, right? If you think about it, we call negative. From that insignificant little thought that harbors in our mind to the most horrendous acts that some people do. That's part of the devil phenomenon. And more than that, the Love is Light represents the struggle the eternal struggle, I would say, the battle between not God and the devil, because we hear that a lot. We hear God wins. There is no God wins. There is no war that God is in. Everything happens below him, in my opinion. But it is the eternal struggle between good and evil. That's what the story is about. And evil, really, if you look at it, it's, if you read it backwards, is live, which is very close, really. So Charlie would have to explain that more. But to me, it doesn't feel that wrong. So ultimately, the devil represents everything that's on the other side of love. Basically, that's what it is. And it takes infinite different shapes and forms for each of us. It just so happened that for me it was quite literal. I grew up with the fear of the devil. That was my experience. But for someone else, it could be, it could be in the form of an addiction. It could be in the form of a, I don't know, suppressive relationship. For some, it could be a struggle with habitual negative thinking, which can be pretty damaging as well. So, but whatever the form this devil takes in our life, what is it really at its very core? What does it represent? It's just the platform that allows us, as I was saying before, to exercise our free will.
Mm-hmm.
Again, would be obsolete if everything we chose from was nice and dandy. So we can't really, whichever form the devil takes in one's life is there to hit us really over the head and say, hey, wake up. When are you going to realize that you're a creator? You are the creator here. And what being a creator is, to equally be able to create beauty and destruction, right? So do you choose to continue to open that bottle, or do you choose to continue to allow that person to suppress you? Or something stupid just crossed my mind. I feel like the devil is almost like Morpheus here. Which pill are you going to take? Will you choose truth or lies, love or anything else? Right? So this is what I feel this story is about, is the struggle that takes place really within ourselves, the eternal struggle with choosing between good and bad, which is really the struggle between the left brain and the right brain.
Exactly.
Yeah, we're so afraid to be bad, so afraid we're not in the right brain all the time, and we're not realizing that the more we push at this dark side of us, the more what did I say in the story, the darker and scarier Babao becomes, right? There is a very good reason why we have both right and left brains. We just have to stop pushing against the left brain and what we don't want. And it's a futile battle when we do that. We can't get rid of our left brain. It's in our skull. It's part of us, and for a good reason. Again, so we can exercise our free will. Pushing against it only brings it closer. Just like it says in the story, the more the king was strengthening his army, the stronger and darker Babao became. So the more hate he was projecting, the darker his opponent. Because why? Because we're powerful creators. And however we decide to use our attention, which is this humongous, most powerful pair of binoculars, we get in return. We bring closer to us. And if we really think about it, I think it's an amazing system. Now, taking it to the next level, I'm really sorry. How do I say her name? It's not Sioban. It's Sioban.
Siobhan, yeah.
Siobhan.
Siobhan. The BH has a V sound in Irish. Yeah, and it's so stunning, the whole book. And I mean, you learned how to draw for your own book too.
This
Beautiful, beautiful illustrations. Wow.
years I tried to find an illustration because I'm not an artist, and especially drawing faces. I can't draw face of a chicken. I can't draw faces. I was so terrified. But then I couldn't find the right illustrator, and then I just last year actually, I thought, okay, what if I just take pictures of my family and wrestling missions that I wanted to do.
It's kind of hard to hear you, Angelica.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah. I don't know why. It's kind of watery, as if it, anyway, sorry, go on.
I'm not an artist, so the best way that I could make this happen was by taking pictures of my family and the positions that I wanted the characters to be. And then I knew Photoshop because I used it in my artwork. And I just traced it. And honestly, I procrastinated for a year before I could do it. But honestly, now I can do it. I think anybody can do anything. Once you put your mind.
Sorry, Angelica, we're missing you. You're going further away. I don't know whether it's maybe your internet setting or anything. I'm just going to talk to what the guys are saying here in the chat. You know, Christopher Druce is saying like it's 6,000 plus years of evil that is going away. You know, how lucky are we to be here in this day and age to witness this? I mean, honestly, it's a privilege, and the only reason I think a lot of us want to wake people up or make them more aware is because we can see the beauty that is coming and what we have learned from all of that, and we just can't get through to people. I mean, and we just want them to be in that beauty too. You know, that for me is what it really is. And I think your book might be able to wake a few more people up.
You know,
It's very watery kind of Sinead, is it? Like she's underwater.
Yeah, it just sounds like it's really far away.
Yeah.
how that it's the volume is all the way up.
I know. I don't think it's the volume. I think it's the internet or something, maybe.
So I was just saying that
That's better.
That's better.
this is where we have to apply that love. It's to apply it to anything and everything. I definitely don't have all the answers. I'm very far from having any answer. But one thing that I know is that love can fix any mess that we create, especially unified love can fix any mess that we create. But I feel that if we push against the people that don't want to understand yet, we're pulling ourselves. I wouldn't say down because there's down and up, but I think we just have to be focused on what we do and show through the clarity of our example. And once you get to a point, we get to a point where they see your calm, they see your deep like love, that you're a don't come and ask. What is it that you do? I want to be like that too. Because you can never like I have my husband and I for almost 3 years have been trying to get through to certain people, certain and I'm telling you, we didn't succeed once when we tried to push what we need for people. So
Yeah. It's
okay, I am just going to do it. Not that it's for myself. I'm willing. I give this for free online. It's free. Who wants to hear it? Amazing. Who's not ready? It's free. That's I think that's our lesson.
what can you say to that, Sinead? About the waking people up and stuff, you know.
Sinead, you're a microphone.
You're muted.
Yeah. Yeah, I do think you have to let some people just live out their path, not saying that I condone, like that it's good to be on, the left side and do demonic things. I don't think that is acceptable at all. But for like friends and family that aren't ready to wake up, we do have to let them, I think, go at their own pace, because I think when you wake people up, you try to wake them up too quickly, you do, I don't know, like you meet a lot of resistance, and that's what I've found with people that I care about. They're just like, no, like I don't want this. So yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
Be.
I see the time, and it is, and I talk also this obviously I don't agree with it. But even that, I think we're going through I don't even know how to word this. Really, I think to the toughest time in human history of life. Yeah, and I think this is where we have to lesson. Yeah, and the ones that are simply to unify and work, like and put out what we know and what we feel, and that's the best we can do. I believe in my heart things will change. Because once we are in that point where there's nothing but love, there's even at that point there's not even a perspective. At that point, I feel like everything is ended. I don't know how I keep putting this, but that's the feeling.
Yeah, it's just the light transmutes the darkness. Yeah. And that's what we're all trying to do in our own little way, and all we can do is show by example, like you were saying. Yeah. So so you came from Romania and you moved to Canada. And what age were you then? Were you an adult?
Yes, I was 24.
Okay.
I came in Mexico. I went to 4 years of not a very good time. I ended up in the hospital. I was sick because of the foods that I was eating, and I had no idea that's thinking, where everything was organic naturally. There was,
Angelica, sorry, I have to stop you. We just can't hear you. I'm sorry. I don't know what's going on. I'm wondering what we should do, Sinead. What should we do? I mean, the Shire is here. That's Colleen.
Well, I can hear like it gets louder and then it gets a little bit
Yeah.
quieter.
guys mute your microphones while I talk. Maybe that would
Oh,
work.
Okay,
yeah. Let's do that and see what happens.
So can you hear me now? Yes. Yeah. So it's I mute my microphone every time someone else talks because I know it kind of interferes. And then when you want to say something, you just unmute it quick and you just cut me off. It's fine. Don't worry. So I was saying that when I came to Canada, I was 24. I came from a country where everything was organic. There was nothing artificial in our food. So the word organic didn't even exist. So when I came here, I was really, really sick for about 4 years. Plus, I was going to McDonald's, the Mandarin, Chinese restaurant that we never had in Romania. So, and I was a little bit of a mess. And then I went to college for fitness and nutrition, and I learned that there is a such thing as reading the labels, which I never knew before. Like, what do you mean butter? Like, it's butter. What? No, butter can have more ingredients than just butter and so many other foods. So yeah, so I learned that, and then I got rid of a lot of health issues that I had at the time because of the foods I was eating. My body just almost collapsed under all the MSGs and sweeteners and all those things. So yeah, that was your question. You asked me what time, when I came to Canada. I was 24. I was an adult, and then I went also through a divorce at the time, and at the same time learning English because I didn't know how to speak English when I first came here. I did telemarketing and door-to-door sales for about 2 years, trying to find myself because nobody would hire a singer. I went to University for Musical Theater, so I knew nothing else. And so then I went through a divorce. After I got in the hospital, I was divorced. It was a pretty suppressive marriage. And then I restarted my life again musically. I started writing music in 2003. I wrote my first song in English called Givers of Light, Bringers of Light, actually, but some friends, Canadian friends, talked me into changing it from Bringers of Light to Givers of Light. They're like, Bringers, that word doesn't exist. Well, today it does. So I changed it to Givers of Light. at the time. So yeah, so I wrote music. I started writing music, and I learned that I have a knack for producing my own music, which I really love doing. Um, and yeah, so it's whatever comes to me, I put it in practice. If I get an idea, I just focus on it, and if it's something that gets my juices flowing and I love it and it's in accordance with what I believe, then I'll just make it happen, whatever it takes. Whatever, this story, for example, it took me almost 9 months to do the illustrations alone. And it's
So I'm going to speak maybe. Oh, this is terrible. I'm in so much awe of you, Angelica. I mean, my problem is procrastination and, not acting on when you get that creative thought. And you just seem to like do it. You just do it, do it, do it. You're a singer songwriter. You produce your own music. You've written this beautiful book. You did the illustrations. I mean, it just blows my mind. It really, really does. And I was saying to her earlier on in text, I said, I'm going to have to take a leaf out of your book. And she didn't know what I meant. And I'm laughing because I was like, oh, how do I explain this? But you're just incredible. I mean, honestly, it's really, really incredible what you have achieved. Um, I just want to take a leaf out of your book.
Thank you, I appreciate it. But it's not, I don't take it as a personal, I mean, I honestly feel uncomfortable when I don't do well with praise, because I truly, really believe anybody can do anything. I had issues too. Don't think I didn't. I don't think I didn't have procrastination issues. I wanted to learn piano since I was 8 years old, and I kept procrastinating until I was 40. And at 40, I got to a point where I said, every time I would hear someone play piano, it was hurting me. I said, that's it. What do I have to do to learn to play piano? So, because I didn't have time during the day. So I just woke up 2 hours earlier in the morning and I learned how to play piano. And now I teach piano. So that's all it takes. When you want something, you just do it. But I had to learn that too, because I procrastinated learning piano for 32 years, basically. Well, maybe less, because at 8 years old, my parents couldn't afford it. So, but I procrastinated it for sure, from 18 to 40, definitely. It's just to get up and do it. That's all there is. And I also had a big issue with being creative in different ways and trying to do everything at once. And my husband and I have an expression where we say we put too many holes in our balloon and we lose too much energy and we don't finish everything. So I made a point to stick to one thing and finish it. Even if I have other ideas, I just write them down and put them aside and just continue and finish with one thing. And it's, I don't know if you know, I wrote a book called.
But that's my point. I mean, it like we could all do that, but you're doing it. You know what I mean? Like that's where I really need to just do more. But anyway, Sinead, over to you.
I didn't want to have too many microphones.
I know it's annoying, but anyway.
No, that's amazing, and it's so true. Like we won't give Nike the credit, but it is true. Like just do it. Just do what excites you and what creates that fire inside of you. And like you say, like if you want to do piano, you're never too old. There's so many people who say, "Oh, I'm in my 60s and the ship has sailed. I can't do anything anymore." It's like, no, you can learn violin. Like we should be living to 200 years old. Like why is 60 ancient? It's crazy. We don't give ourselves enough credit, like truly how magical we are. And there's so many beautiful gnosis. Like Siobhan, you're a singer. Angelica, you're a singer. You're an artist. You're like, there's so many teachers out there to give us that kick. And yeah.
And but that's the thing. The teachers have been kept from us. I was having this conversation earlier on with my brothers at home, and they're like, "No, everything isn't infiltrated." And I'm like, "Sorry, it is. Like, it really is." And now we're finding that there's this. I mean, I feel like we're in a bubble ourselves, and we're in a safe bubble because my previous life, just trying to make it as a singer, and it's the system is rigged and the whole lot. But I mean, we're in a safe bubble where I'm not telling anybody that we're on here. I haven't told anybody that we have this channel. You know what I mean? Only the people who I've now made friends with in the truth community. And I even hate labels. But anyway, I do feel like we are safe together in this bubble, But it's true. They did everything conceivably possible to keep any of these teachers from us. And now we've got another beautiful teacher, Angelica Ganea. So, and I don't mean to be just lathing praise on you, but I really just admire you so much for just doing so much and just doing, I mean, I know I played piano as a kid and hated it because the teachers were useless and made excuses and blah, blah, blah. I mean, I just wanted to be able to accompany myself. I know all the chords, and I know the scales, I can do them. And a friend of mine said to me, he said, why are you trying to learn it? Just play it. And I was like,
it's not that easy, because even though I teach piano, I still don't have the guts to accompany myself in public.
Oh.
When you accompany yourself, as you know, you play guitar, you've probably been playing guitar for a long time. The guitar is like part of you. And I was just going to say, by the way, you keep praising me, but you're like amazing as well. Like, I look at you, I'm like, okay, but she's doing so many things too. So it's with the guitar, like when you play an instrument and sing at the same time for a long time, the instrument becomes part of you. Me, I didn't play an instrument my whole life. As I was singing, I always played with bands and stuff, and I still find it a little bit difficult I could accompany myself, but I don't have the guts yet to do it in public. I just did it once with one song, and I was so stressed out that I said, I won't do it again until I'm completely confident. But I know I can get there. And what you were saying, that you can learn an instrument later on. I have students that are 65 and 70 years old. I actually put out the word in my community. I want older students, because I want to help them realize that you can actually build brain cells. Literally, it's scientifically proven now that you can build neural pathways. You can turn a 75-year-old brain into a 25-year-old brain when you learn something new, especially an instrument, which is not as easy as, like anything new is good, but an instrument is, it's the ultimate, basically.
I think going back to, like, we're all together here because of Charlie Freak and Colleen, I suppose. And, the whole, the food aspect of everything is becoming a big thing amongst us all. And we're all, and I know, Angelica, you've been on this, and so have you, Sinead, been on it, longer than me. I gave up the meat about 6 months ago, and I'm off dairy now about a month. And I don't feel any major real differences. I just want to feel like I suppose younger, but just in my joints. And I know because of we're all cocooned at the moment that there's not as much movement, you know what I mean? Even just with your body. And then all these things we're doing, you're sitting down for so much and whatever. But, oh my God, I don't even know what my point is now.
Going vegan.
Going vegan, yes. But yes, the point about what I'm trying to make is I keep thinking that when I get to the point where I will be maybe just mostly juicing, that the clarity will lift in my head, and that I will start doing those things. But I shouldn't even be saying will. I should be still saying I am doing it, but I'm not, and I'm still trying to, there's a couple of discipline things that I do every day, and I'm trying to add all the time to it to make sure that, because the discipline I feel is the freedom, and I know all this in my head, but I'm just not doing it all. I mean, I'm doing a lot, I suppose I am, and I'm hard on myself, and we have to stop all that as well. But, I mean, I really want to play piano, and I will. No, I am. But anyway, I just thought I'd throw that in.
It's a process, and you'll get there. I mean, there's so much we're all going through right now. I mean, humanity is making a huge shift. So we have to be patient, and there's so much ahead of us that we don't have to feel, and we have to have it all figured out right now. And for those that, join us and want to go plant-based and just have the awakening happen, yeah, there's no pressure. You have to be patient with yourself, and it's a process, I think.
Like what we were saying earlier, it's apply that love concept onto yourself as well, not just on others, because not sometimes, most of the times, we don't apply it to ourselves, to our own person. We're so hard on ourselves, and meanwhile, because our minds are so busy with so many different things, and I know we should meditate and be focused and this and that, but sometimes it's just hard. Like me these days, I'm completely everywhere because my husband and I, we have to move in a month and we didn't have a rental yet. We sold our house. So it's like crazy. It's very difficult to keep, balanced.
We are discombobulated at the moment, I suppose. Yeah.
One thing that I noticed is to write things down. That's one thing that I do. I write things down, what I want to do. Like at the beginning of the year, I write what do I want to achieve this year? And then what are the things that I want to do? And I write them down in my book, what I want to achieve. And that to me, I know they say, even in A Course in Miracles, don't plan anything. But for me, it brings me peace and calm because I know what I have to do, because I still have to pay my bills, right? And that keeps me in that zone of maybe not love, but it keeps me in a peaceful zone, right? Where I know what I have to do. I follow that schedule. I know when I have to meditate. I know I have to do my exercising and this and that. And it's all written down. I don't have to constantly think about it and be nervous. Oh, what do I do next? What do I do next? And with the foods is the same. Just like eliminate one thing at a time. That's I think the best thing, not to go cold turkey because it's difficult. Like for someone who can, that's fine. It's perfect. But like what you just did, you said you eliminated meat 6 months ago. You stopped dairy a month ago. That's fine. You just cut yourself some slack. You do your best. And that's what I think. I mean, I'm not always.
Thanks, Angelica, for saying that. I know it. I know it's that I'm hard on myself, and you was brought up tough and all that. But I think with the list thing, it's kind of about the visual. If you're a visual person and like actually visually ticking off the things on the list, it does work. It definitely works if you need to get through some stuff. You know what I mean? So yeah.
You have a lot on. Yeah, it helps. It helps. And then again, we're all so different. We're all different. Whatever works for you, it's perfect. This is the thing we have to learn, to let each other be their own person, and we can only advise, right? And see what works.
Colleen was on there with the Shire Animal Rescue, and she's saying, Siobhan, let's learn piano together. Yeah, I think I'm better when I'm one-to-one with people. I think I'm better with like one-to-one, and if we were all encouraging each other and physically, we're all together physically, I don't know. I'm making excuses again. But let's talk to some of the people here. Has anybody got any questions for Angelica, guys? Emma Cahill, no more meat. Eugene is here. This is the Freaksters. I'm so glad you're here, guys. And the Shire Animal Rescue Sanctuary people will be absolutely blown away as to how suppressed mankind has been for thousands of years. Yes, that's what I'm trying to get across to my brothers, but I'm not going to push anymore. Hi, Liz, Lindy, Eugene, James Malone. Oh yeah, you're the Irish guy, but you're not from Ireland. That's right, I remember you. Shauna Marie sings. She plays the violin and sings. She plays the recorder, flute, and crystal and Tibetan singing bowls. Oh, yummy! I love the singing bowls. I put them on at night time sometimes to go to sleep to. It takes a while to master the violin. Yes, it does, Christopher. Yeah, there's a lot of dedication for to be good at anything, really, And I'm just glad for me that it was like with the guitar. It was like what you were saying earlier on, Angelica, about It honestly felt like another limb. It was another part. It was a part of me, even though my body is wrecked from it. You know, like lumps in the shoulder, and this hand is wrecked from like singing on cruise ships for, you know, hours, and then the gigs here would be 4.5 hour gigs, and I really hope I never have to go back doing that. But having said that, my voice was impeccable when I came off a 6 month cruise.
She's going to say, you sound perfect because you have so much practice. And that's something I don't have these days, especially this past year. So I forgot to say that when I was talking about you, when I said you are amazing at what you do. Your voice is like, I look at you, I'm like, it's like you're melodined when you sing, like you sing in key.
Melodined? I never heard that word before.
Well, I don't know if it's my word, but Melodyne is a program that some studios use to tune the vocals. It's a program that tunes the vocals.
You're not talking about the metronome that goes like that. You're not talking about.
Auto-tuned, basically. So you sound like you're like, sometimes it's like so perfect. The notes is like, wow. And I listen to you, I'm like, that's nice. My daughter sings like that naturally.
I'm sure you do too. Now, come on. And when we have you on again, Angelica, hopefully, you can maybe focus on your music and maybe sing us something. That would be so great.
Yeah, anytime. That's my
Yeah.
thing.
I feel like we went off track with the book, but I mean, I'm sure everybody. We're going to put how to get the book in the show notes. I can say that now. So yes, you're Angelica with the C, Ganea, GANEA.com is her website, people, and we'll put the
Or simpler is iamangelica.com.
iamangelica.com. Okay. And I'll put your YouTube channel in there too. Sinead, do you have anything to say?
I was just going to ask also, which part of Canada are you living in?
I'm in Toronto, in the outskirts of Toronto.
We were living in Alberta a lot, on the other side.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we have new restrictions now. We were going to take a trip to Mexico in early March, but our flights just got shut down for Mexico and the Caribbean until the end of April. So that's a bummer. We were going to go there for a week or so after we moved, but it's not going to happen right now. So, yeah.
Not meant to have to wait a little bit longer.
How do you look at that with love? See, I'm not saying I know everything. I never say that.
It's a challenge. It's a challenge. Oh my goodness. Emma Cahill says she can't wait to read this book to her beautiful nephews. I know. I want to get some copies too. I have my brother they're expecting their second child in March, so that'll be the 20th grandchild. I bought 20 of those Trump coins with Trump's head, is the gold head in the middle of the silver coin, and so I sent my son one at Christmas, yeah, and my niece was 20 yesterday, so I'll send her one. And but you know, I just feel like what we're getting here. I mean, the Trump coins, yeah, just posterity and history, and that'll be all great, and they'll have it in years' time if they want to sell it, whatever. But like your book, you know, I mean, giving that to somebody who just wants that kind of a life for their own children is just, you know, like we're so lucky to finally find our tribe. I feel, and because we're going to have going forward, we're going to be able to teach our children the right way. Cast your net to the right.
I feel like, first of all, the book is free on YouTube, so don't think this is about selling the book. It's the book is free on my YouTube channel, so anybody can watch it all. And but yeah, it's it came to me because I tried to when I got the story, I tried to force it a little bit to say, okay, but maybe I should do it for adults. No, it kept coming back to me for children, for children, for children. And that's when I made the connection. Oh, I was a child who grew up in terrible fear. So yeah, I should keep it to what the message came to me as a children's book. And
And it's so much easier when we don't resist and we hand it over. I mean, that's just the biggest lesson for me anyway, personally. My mother, our whole life was saying, all my friends would say, God, your mother, she doesn't worry about you. She just never worries, because all the Irish mothers like, oh, put on your coat now. Did you eat all your dinner? What are you doing? Oh, what are you doing? And you're going, what? My mother didn't do that. I mean, I think her biggest thing was to pray for our souls. And we used to think, yeah, but like, we're human and we're here, But like, I actually get that now. I get all of that now, because that is really what's the most important, is our souls, and it's very hard to come from the dualistic human side and not see that. I mean, I didn't, I knew, I always believed in God and believed in an afterlife and all that, but it's just so different now to what I used to believe, and anyway, I
talked to my mom. She's back in Romania, and when I tell her, because she's afraid of things, afraid, and hence why one of the reasons I grew up with fear. But she's constantly afraid of things, and I said, but let me ask you one simple question: don't you believe in God? Well, of course I do. So, but that's a contradiction. How can you be believing in God and be so afraid? See, this is, and then I say, see, this is what we've been taught. Maybe it's not right. It doesn't feel. She said, she doesn't have an answer. You know what I mean? But it's such a simple question. If you think God is all, why are you afraid? Why? Why?
Yeah, that's so
that is
true.
absolutely.
Oh, go Siobhan.
Oh, this muting thing. Sinead, I was going to say, no, you talk to it, because honestly, we probably going to say the same thing. It's such a huge thing too. Yeah, I mean, my mother doesn't live in fear, never has, and we all ridiculed her our whole life. Um, but other cousins that I have here, and they're all Catholics, and they ring me then, what do you think's going to happen? Like, what's the lowdown now? I'm like, there's no more lowdowns, guys. You just need to have faith in God, and that's it. You just need to go on your own now. And, you're the one telling me that the Catholic is the right way to go. You know, you know what faith is. You have faith. You're telling me you have faith. So go with it. Just go with it now. And I don't mean to be mean saying that, but, like, it sometimes just boggles my mind. Like, why? I mean, there's some people I know, and I know that they've always lived in fear, so I'm not going to tell them that. Well, you have faith, so believe. But yeah, Sinead, you talk to that.
Yeah, well, I was pretty much on the same wavelength as you, but it's true, like you were saying, Angelica, how if you believe in God, how can you be afraid? You have to trust that everything's going to work out, and there's a higher power or whatever you want to call it. You don't have to call it God. You can call it that energy or anything, but it's so true. Like I come from a very Catholic based family as well, and I would talk to people back home, and they're deathly afraid. They're afraid that this is the end of times, basically. And it's like, well, if you believe in God, you should trust that this is all going to work out, and that we can overcome this together. But yeah, people are just so fearful, and they're definitely feeding off the fear of everyone, and it worked to an extent, but once we get rid of that fear, and we do trust that it's all going to work out, we can quantum leap, and there's
I'm
just so much to look forward to.
Yeah, I wasn't even talking about the fear of what's going on today. I'm talking about a simpler fear, the fear of dying, that you don't know where you're going. Like that's what my mom, one of her fears. She goes to church every single Sunday. And when I told her that when we go, we are with God, we can be with God now in this life, being in this body. But when you go, you have no choice but to be with God. And she said, do you really believe that? Like, really? Is that true? I'm like, are you kidding me? 74 years old, going to church every day, every Sunday, and you don't know that? Like, it's sad, and it's not her fault or anybody else. It's the system. It's what we've been taught.
Yeah, that's exactly it. You know, I mean, how sad is that her whole life they're just going along, doing it. Yeah, wow. I mean, and it is sad. I feel really bad for people who can't just gather the courage together. I don't know. It's not even that simple. I don't want to be pointing fingers or judging. You know, I honestly feel like we're just the lucky ones that have the veil is lifted, the scales are gone off the eyes. You know, and it just makes it much more easy to believe that there is a God, because there's no way we could fight what is in front of us without God. There's just no way.
I know for certain, because nothing that I ever created came from, like, honestly, it just came to me sometimes at the worst times. There's no freaking way when you are into a panic attack that you get a song like Remember Who You Are. That's when I wrote my album, when I was suffering of panic attacks, when I was at my lowest, emotionally lowest. There is no freaking way that it was God. Like, to me, there's not even a question. And when I say God, again, I don't say, because I know right now what I hear sometimes, I just don't. It's like some people say God is a program and this and that. When I say God, I just mean that ultimate, the consciousness, our creator. That's what I mean by that. And the thing is, at the end, we're all going to be okay. That's one thing that I'm sure of. It's all going to be okay. The only problem is that it's going to be okay on our terms, meaning it's going to take as long as we let it go on, unless we learn. It's up to us. But no matter what, no matter how many freaking detours we're going to take, as we're stubborn, we're still going to get to where we are supposed to be, because this was the message that I got for the story. We have to be united and think love, and then that's when the all is complete. Right now, the all is not complete because we're not all home with God in our right brain. We're not there yet. And God wants all his children, including the devil, whatever the devil means to us, whatever it is, it's not just the devil that we know in the Bible. It's in general, everything that's on the other side of love. As long as we bring everything with us, he wants the all to be complete and in peace. And it's going to happen no matter what. It's just going to take some time, because that's our free will coming into effect.
Angelica, that's so beautiful. It really is. It's really the battle within ourselves, the left and right brain. It really and truly is. The Lord of the Rings, all of the great stories when Charlie and Justin says, the one story. That's what it is. We're on a journey to remember who we are. And oh wow, I mean, thank you so much for being our first guest. I'm so thrilled with this.
Yes, I didn't even expect this. Thank you.
I think that's part of all of this new movement of people having their own shows online. We are going by the seat of our pants, and I don't want to plan it, I mean, I did think we were going to speak more about your beautiful book, but that's okay, because all of this ties into everything that's happening, and your book ties into everything that's happening, because we all are battling ourselves. We're battling within all the time. And let's just say hello to all our beautiful people here, and thank you guys so much for, look at that, 22 people watching, 22. Hi Greg, thank you so much. The change begins with us. Absolutely. My grandmother's name was Angelica. I'm sure she means Shauna Marie sings. Colleen, nothing can stop what is happening. Kind man is about to unfold. Oh my God, I'm getting emotional. Free will is our cause. Beautiful. We will be the effect. Oh guys, this is really gorgeous. That's Eugene. My grandfather's name was Dante. Shauna Marie sings. She said. Justin, yeah, one story leading us to the one place, because we are one. Yeah, that's beautiful. The best is yet to come. Blossoming into kind man, kind woman. Wow. Thanks, Alan. Great show. I'm so glad I got a little bit of a emotion, because it was I felt like it was kind of going all over the place, and all of that was on nothing was on fire. It was just that I put water on to make tea and I forgot about the water. Anyway, all is good and God is good. And thank you so much, Angelica and Sinead. Let's do a high five. That's so great. I'm so happy, lads. Sinead, you can have the last word there.
Look what I got for my birthday from my daughter and my husband yesterday.
Is it
It's a green heart.
sapphire? Oh, green. It's green. Oh, emerald, is it?
Looks like sapphire. I'm not into expensive stuff. As long as it looks like it, to me is fine.
Fantastic. Green is emerald. Emerald is what
The story.
the story she puts on her because it's the heart chakra's color.
Can I just say something about it really, really quick?
Yeah.
I just, when this story came to me, it came with that idea of the green field going toward the Babao and stuff. And then at first I thought, oh my God, green is Maleficent had green around her when she was making her things. And then it was like, no, don't worry about that. Green is life. It's, I felt a little bit stressed to put this out because a lot of people, green has a negative connotation in general in stories, but then I thought, you know what, someone out there is always trying to invert things, and green is beautiful. It's life. It's green grass, the leaves and everything, and it is the heart chakra. So what can be more powerful? Plus, the Green Lantern is my favorite superhero for some reason. So it all tied in.
That's beautiful. We can't allow them to take the color green from us. We just can't. That's just absolutely beautiful. And we're going to take back everything. We're going to take back all the inversions. Thank you, guys. Thank you so much, guys. I'm so happy that you're all here. The Emerald City, yes.
Happy birthday, Angelica.
Yeah, that's what I wanted to say. Yeah. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Should we sing her happy birthday? Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Angelica. Oh God. Happy birthday to you. Oh my God. Now I'm gone off. You need my auto-tune now because I'm going forward.
Thank you, perfect pitch. I was saying.
Oh, okay. Thank you so much. And guys, we will see you soon. We don't even know who our next guest is, but we'll definitely be doing something with Charlie and Colleen. And I know we're going to do something with Alan Kahaney and Emma Cahill from Ireland. And that might be a bit over the top for people because the silly Irish accents are going to come out from the different dialects from all over the country. And it might get a bit silly, but whatever. We need a laugh. So thank you. Thank you so much, guys. Take care, everybody. We love you.
If you're ever willing to come back on, we'd love to have you back on. And
Absolutely.
There's so much more to talk about.
Definitely.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Have a great day.